Hello. Look at what I have. I have a bag full of goodies. Actually, a forgotten bag of goodies. I found another temu bag that I thought, well, I didn't remember getting this. So I think I just opened it quickly and thought, oh, that's diamond paintings, and just set it aside. What?
Doc said that she should go in the elementary school because
oh, yeah?
She hasn't told us
Okay.
It's during school.
Huh?
It's during school.
Oh, okay.
It's during
During what?
learning off. It's
like
basically what's left in.
Oh, okay. I think this is that big over-the-door thing that I got before. I don't know why I have two, because I haven't figured out how to use the first one yet. Yeah, this is the same thing. So this is...
Easy.
Huh?
That's easy to use.
I don't know what to put in it.
Oh. I don't know how to put it together.
No, I figured out. I know how to put it together. But remember this with the big, giant...
You can put your shoes, put your shoes in that and back to work. I can't look around. That's a pretty good idea.
Big, giant pocket. So now I have two. Woohoo!
Give one to me.
What are you going to do with it?
Put my shoes in it.
Well, it's all yours, sister.
Actually, I gotta try it if it doesn't work. I'll get it back. Put yarn in it.
It's got bottoms for each of the sections, and then you put the hooks
I can figure it out.
in there. I hope so.
Hand it over. Thanks.
We'll see how smart she is. And then I have eyeballs and beads. So the eyeballs are reorders of ones that I've had before. It's like a holographic, not holographic. Yeah, kind of holographic. But they have different colored washers, and they are the 18 centimeter, or is it millimeter? 18 centimeters. 1.8 centimeters, excuse me. It's 18 millimeters. So these are safety eyes for my amigurumi. Plastic that doesn't need to be on the table because the cat will chew on it. And then I got these really awesome eyes. Oh, I don't know why I got them so big. They look much bigger than they should be. This is wow. This is a 24 millimeter. I have these in 10 or 12, maybe 14. I don't know. I have them in a much, much smaller size. So these are reptile eyes. Look at those. These are reptile eyes. So whenever I make any more dragons, I have plenty of big eyes. Even, although that giant one I made, Theodore, his eyes, I think I used 30 millimeter eyes for him. So these might not be big enough. I'll just have to figure out which patterns will work for this size because they are just, look at that. They're so cool. Super, super cool. Look at the red and the green. Look at that one. But they are the perfect dragon eyes. That could be for a snake or a frog. I used this one in my smaller size for a frog, and he looked really creepy. So those are super cool. Super, super cool. I have a pair. I think I used this pair recently. What did I use it on? Because someone commented on how cool. And why is it in a bag? In a bag? And of course, this bag isn't labeled, so I have to keep it in the other bag until I find a container for them. Because knowing me, I'll forget what size it is. And then I got a really cute set of beads. I'm just waiting for the other part. Oh, dummy. Stay, stay. So these are black, yellow, and white. And check it out. There's little rubber duckies on there. They're so cute. And then there's yellow ones. with the rubber duckies. And then there's this weird mustard color hexagonal. I'm not going to sit here and count the sides, but there's white and black with that mustard color. And then there's regular black and yellow beads and white beads. And here's the best part. Look at them! They are so cute and they're so big. That is a big chunky bead, but you can see there's a hole all the way through. There it is. So these will make really cute Ami sticks or crochet hook. I think they're just so fun. And there's a bathtub silicone bead. Elsa, what are you doing? Cat's looking for you again. She's standing on the cat tree with her head looking down the hall, yelling towards Emily's room. This cat is such a nut. We took her on a car ride with us. Had to go mail something at the UPS store. And we took her with us. She likes car rides. For like the first half hour. And then she's like, okay, I'm done. Take me home. But Emily wanted Sonic for dinner. I don't know how she eats that food. She gets a grilled cheese. Have you ever seen a grilled cheese from Sonic? They're so gross. They smell. But anyway, so she wanted Sonic. Well, while we're waiting in line at Sonic, oh, sorry, I'm like doing this on the table and shaking the camera. Elsa decides she's going to jump up on the dashboard, which is not a good place for a giant cat because, you know, she's kind of like blocking the view. So as I'm like, because of course she comes all the way over in front of me, so I'm like shoving her back over towards Emily so Emily can grab her and bring her down. Well, as Emily's bringing her down, she decides to jump at the same time. And we had just sat Sonic cup in the cup holder, and Elsa's back foot hit the cup. Well, I thought she just hit the cup. No big deal. Emily's like, we have a leak in the cup. Her claw went through the cup. Because, you know, Sonic has to use those stupid styrofoam cups. So I'm like grabbing the cup, putting my finger over it, trying to keep the Coke in. And there's Coke all over inside the cup holders and running down the side of the console. So I'm like at the window. They hadn't given us food yet. And the girl opens the window back up. I was like, we had a catastrophe. Get it? I'm funny. Or I should have said cup-tastrophe. We need a new cup. So this guy sticks his head. She goes to get a cup, and this guy sticks his head out. He's like, we'll fix that for you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, it's not your fault. It's my stupid cat's fault. Never a dull moment with that one around. And, of course, Emily's complaining and carrying on. I was like, this was your idea. You got to own it. So now she's finally gotten quiet. She's still sitting on top of the cat stand, but I don't know what her deal is. I don't know why she doesn't get down and just go walk to Emily's room and yell at the door, but who knows. Hi, baby kitty. Anna just came to say hi. Do you want to come up here and say hi to everybody? No, I didn't think so. But anyway, so I am back. We are hopefully going to have a normal week. No more hurricanes, but there's 2 more systems down there that are stirring things up. So hopefully they won't come to us. Hopefully they will just fizzle out in the water and not do any more damage to anybody. But there is a lot of scattered damage in our area. Lots of standing water, lots of branches and trees, tree debris. We did have a big pine tree fall on the main road that takes us into the rest of the world, you could say, that had fallen across the road that they had to cut on, what day was the hurricane? They had to cut it on Thursday. The hurricane was Wednesday. As far as we go personally, we had very minimal debris in our yard this time. The winds were like up to like 90 miles an hour, almost to 90 miles an hour. So we probably had sustained winds of, I want to say it was like 70 mile an hour sustained winds. And then we would have gusts up to, I think they said 87, which is such a random number. But, you know, they measure it. So anyway, we do have a stupid tree that I've hated since we moved in here. It's right on the corner of the house, like literally like this far from the house. And when we moved in, it was a sapling. And I told Steve, I said, you need to pull that out of the ground because it's ugly. Well, he never, for some reason, he never did. I don't know why he never did, but he never did. So this tree it's like this big around now, and it was like twice as tall as the house. We had to hire some special tree company to like top the tree, and he had them take it down below the roof line. This was 3 or 4 years ago. It's been quite a while. So he's like, you know, just like chop it down because it was too much. We didn't have the money for them to take it all the way down and grind the stump, because if you don't grind the stump, it's probably going to grow back. So anyway, so he had them take it down to below the roof line. And we're thinking, well, maybe it'll just go ahead and die, and then it'll be easier to get it out of the ground and we won't have to worry about a stump. It didn't die. The dang thing was like a freaking weed growing in Miracle-Gro. It shot back up taller than the roof again. And that time our lawn guy was able to take it down because the branches weren't real big yet. So we did that. And then now there was one branch that was probably about this big around that was sticking out. There was 2 of them. But one of them came down with Helene. It just kind of like broke into the yard like that. And this time with Milton, the other one that was still up there came down on the roof and put a hole in the roof. So Emily has a stain like this big on her ceiling where water actually got in, and we lost probably a stack of shingles, probably about that high, a stack of shingles. I don't know how many there were. I didn't pick them up, but that's how high it was sitting on top of the trash can so I could see. And then I have 5 stains on the ceiling in my bedroom. One of them is bigger than a dinner plate. It's big. It's bigger than this. It's big. And then there's one next to it that's like this big, and then there's one on the other side. Because I have a really weird shaped ceiling. I don't have, excuse me, it's not a normal peak, and it's not flat. It goes like up, like angled, where the ceiling fan sits. I can't explain it. It's really odd. I've never seen a ceiling like that. But it's like probably 2.5 feet that it angles. So you've got the regular ceiling here, and then you've got that piece that goes up like this. And then there's the top of the ceiling. Well, the ceiling fan sits here, and this angled, there's 4 sides to it. So that's where the leaks are. They're on that angled part, which is kind of weird to me, how they're there and not anywhere else in the bedroom. But there's one up in the corner, which I guess that makes sense. And then the one on this side is the real big one, and with a little baby beside it. And then on the other side of the corner is another one. And then there's one that the fan blades disguise when they're moving, so it's like right there beside the fan, which is kind of unnerving. But we have the roof guys coming out tomorrow that's my washing machine. We have the roof guys coming out tomorrow morning to do the assessment and figure out what is going to have to be done, if they can just patch or if they have to replace the whole roof. Which it probably needs to be replaced because we're pretty sure it's the original roof. from when it was built in 2004. So it definitely is getting to the point where it needs to be replaced. I just don't know if the landlord's going to do that. But anyway, I wanted to give you an update. If you didn't see the one I posted on Facebook, I figured I'd do like a little, you know, longer, more in depth for you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There wasn't. My parents came here and rode the storm out with us because we have a concrete block house and they have a manufactured home. So, and they live there. They have 2 acres of land, and there's several large trees that, depending on the direction, if they did fall, would fall directly on the house. So they came and stayed with us, and they have 0 damage. They did have some debris in their yard from limbs and branches. Excuse me, but nothing major. What else? I think that's really about it. I mean, there was a really bad tornado. Why is it doing that? Hang on, I'll be back. I gotta go check the washing machine. Found a friend. She's not staying though. Yeah, the washing machine is like out of balance. She just has a blanket in there. She took a blanket with her, with Elsa, because Elsa loves blankets. So she took one with her in the car, and when the Coke-tastrophe, there's another one, sorry. When the Coke issue happened, the hole in the cup, it got on her blanket, so she's washing her blanket. And it's just, anyway. But we were very lucky. I feel very grateful. I was starting to tell you there was a really bad tornado. They discovered that it was an EF3 that went through down south before Milton made landfall. And that killed, the last number I heard was 6 people. I haven't heard anything else about that, but it leveled several neighborhoods, and yeah, it was really bad, really, really bad. And that was like midday Wednesday before Milton even hit. So they said it was the second highest, and hopefully I'm right, the second highest number of tornado warnings ever recorded. That was like 128 or 138 or something like that. No, like 128, something like that. And the only other number was like back in 86, I think, in Alabama. Had a storm that had more than that. So this storm, they said that the math couldn't go any higher, that this storm pretty much maxed out what the earth could produce. So that's pretty darn scary. Thank God the majority of that power was while it was in the ocean, and it was a category 3 by the time it hit the coast. Can you just sit right there? No, sit right there. Sit right there. You're fine. You're just in the way. They can't see me. It's rude to sit between a person talking and the person watching. Anyway, so this was a really bad storm. Luckily, it made landfall further south than what they were predicting. Because if it had gone in Tampa and Sarasota, where they were originally predicting it was going to be really bad, because Helene caused flooding in Tampa and Sarasota, so St. Pete. So it came in further south. There was still a lot of storm surge damage. The Keys got some damage. A lot of our barrier islands are completely destroyed, which are the best place to go in Florida, if you ask me. Oh my gosh. So annoying. All right, well, I will let you go. It's just been really bad. If you have any questions, make sure you leave me a comment down below. You can always email me if you feel more comfortable with that. Anna is rubbing her face on the computer, and that's why it's shaking. Her eyes are watering. Yeah, poor baby. Have you ever heard of animals having allergies? Isn't that the craziest thing? Her eyes water a lot. And Elsa has asthma, which is even more crazy. But anyway, I'll quit rambling, and I will let you go, and I will see you again very, very soon. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you check me out on Instagram. You can see what I've been crocheting. I am in the process of posting a bunch of projects that I have neglected posting. So there's going to be quite a bit of new posts in the next, I'll probably spread it out, do 2 or 3 a day maybe. But yeah, so I'll see you again soon. I promise. I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah, I love you.